but this is amazing. Oh, I'm just going to enjoy this walkout so much. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Scottish borders. It's just over 2 years since I was here last when I completed the Pennine Way. Di, if you're watching, I still haven't found your blisters yet, mate. They're somewhere around here. But I've been following the weather. The best of the weather in the north of England is further to the north and further to the east. That's why I've come here. But as you can see, I'm dressed in full waterproofs. No sooner as I got out the car, the rain started drifting in. So put them on. Rain stopped. I think I'll leave them on for now anyway. I don't think it's gone away completely, but the weather forecast did promise that it was going to be a fine night, relatively light winds, and definitely no rain. And like I said, there's still a bit blowing through, so there is the promise of clear skies behind. Hopefully this will be short-lived. So I've parked in Kirk Yetholm, and the plan is to follow the Pennine Way, at least the low-level route, up onto the border ridge and then find somewhere to pitch for the night. With that sunshine breaking through, I'm really hopeful we're going to get a decent night, and I think I've got around about 2 hours worth of walking ahead of me, and if that's the case, it'll leave me a decent hour of sunlight to get pitched, get some food on and get nicely ensconced in the tent. Right, well, I've been moving just a bit less than 2 hours. Seen one or two people, had a nice chat, but like you'd expect this part of the world, very few people about. It's awesome. And you can see, spin you around, over in that direction, towards the Cheviot, it's covered in cloud. And in the middle distance, you've got the Shill as well. But we're going this way, up to the top of a hill called the Kerr. It's got a trig point on top of it. I'm hoping there's somewhere suitable and flat to pitch up upon. Otherwise, I'm going to have to come back down here and find somewhere, but there is no path. It's just a case of following the fence line, and there's some ATV tracks as well, which will make it nice and easy to navigate to the top. Just a little bit moist underfoot, but we'll cope. Okay, so at 564 metres, this is the trig point, the summit of the Kerr. I've had a good look around, not a massive amount on which to pitch the tent. It's a lot of heather, a lot of grasses. It's actually quite boggy in places. Though about 50 metres in this direction, using the wall as a bit of a windbreak. There's a piece of flat grass the sheep have used, and it'll offer some protection from the wind. Okay, so she's up. It's only taken me about 10 minutes. So once I got it upright, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I was in the right place. I'm just going to make some adjustments there as well with the pegs. One thing I did notice, I will show you, if you just have a look here, you can just see where the paracord on this attachment has started to fray a little bit. Just have to keep an eye on that, possibly replace it. I mean, I suppose these things are liable to wear and tear, but I've only had it out 3 or 4 times. So I'm going to get inside, I'm going to get set up, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so tonight I've gone for my Seat to Summit quilt. It's going to be quite mild tonight, and I've got my down jacket and pants and my thermals anyway, so I should be okay. I've got my pillow, and then you might have seen in this video and the video before, I've been carrying a piece of blue foam matting. The kids must have used it a little while ago for some sort of outward bound or overnight course that they've been on. It's just been rattling around upstairs in the loft. I thought I'd bring it just to provide a little bit more of extra insulation from the ground, and also just to protect my sleeping mat underneath from anything that might be poking through. Got the light over the way to the Cheviot. It's absolutely fantastic. Just so moody with that cloud. Just hope it keeps dry. So just while I wait for my hot water to boil, there was a few comments on my last video about the choice of food. Yeah, I know it's not always the best. I'm really sorry about the sleepy tea bags as well. I brought them again tonight. That's the Yorkshireman in me. I'll probably use them till they're all gone. I haven't gone for much of a dried meal tonight. I've just got some Bachelor's pasta and sauce. I've had that before. They're quite nice. And then what I give with one hand, I take away with the other. Hopefully this has stayed absolutely intact. It was my birthday last week and the missus has made me some key lime pie. There was a little bit of it left and I'm hoping I'll crack that open for my pudding and that should be pretty nice. I was quite taken aback by the response to my previous video where I was in the Lake District. Got a lot of new subscribers, got a lot of lovely comments as well. I always appreciate it and I do try and answer each and every one of them. It does mean a lot to me. So it's about 5:45 and the sun should be setting in about 15 minutes. Tonight I'll either read my Kindle or I'll listen to a podcast. Sunrise isn't until about 7:45, so I'll probably end up spending about 14 hours in the dark. Let me know in the comments how you entertain yourselves on a long night in the tent. I'm going to have to rephrase that. Thanks for your support as always. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you've not done so already. I'm going to see this tea off and then I'm going to get my dinner on. So I can't believe how much the light has faded. So I'm going to have some twilight pasta. That's actually pretty good. It's really cheesy. So I'll get this eaten and then I'll bring you back for dessert. Right, well I hope you can see me. It's a bit better. So it's about 6:30 now and lost an awful lot of light. Did say I would have some birthday cake. This is the key lime pie that my missus made. Let's put that over there. 10 out of 10. I'm quite surprised even in that box it still stayed intact. So tonight it's a lot windier than what I thought it was going to be. I was expecting winds of around about 10 miles an hour, but I think there's substantially more than that and I couldn't get the drone up. But the temperature's really mild and earlier in the day that was easily around about 15 degrees. I don't expect it to dip too low tonight, but I've got plenty of layers and my quilt should be enough to keep me warm in the night. I did consider bringing my OEX Leviathan 900 again, but I was too warm in that last week and I'd rather save it until it's some really cold and gnarly weather and put it through its paces then. Anyway, I'm going to see the rest of this off and if nothing else happens, I'll see you again in the morning. Good morning, it's 7 o'clock. I had a pretty good night's sleep. I woke up once or twice with a wind, but tent held solid. It's certainly taken a buffeting from the southwest, but we're all okay. I've stuck my head outside, there's nothing to see. It's still pretty dark and it's very misty. So I'm going to get some breakfast, get a brew on, then get packed up and get away. Don't think there'll be much to see this morning. When I first looked out this morning, I didn't think we were going to get any views at all. But look, now the sun's up, the clouds moving, the views are just amazing. Unbelievable. All that effort, all that darkness last night, it was definitely worth it. Oh, this is just amazing. And I'm all packed up now. Leave no trace as always, you know the drill. But this is amazing. Oh, I'm just going to enjoy this walk out so much. So I opted for the high level route to come back. It's probably about 5 miles, and then there's a reason why it's a high level route. If you just look behind me, got something to climb all the way to the top of White Law. It's certainly going to get my lungs busting and my legs going. So I'll see you back at the top. You see how windy it is now? This is the summit of White Law on the English side of the border ridge. So now's a good place to leave it. I've thoroughly enjoyed the walkout. It's been superb despite the wind. And the tracks have been good, a little bit boggy in places and a little bit wet. I did manage to fall over once, but only my pride was dented. And all I've got left to do now is just walk out along the track back to the village. But if you've enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.